Welcome to Curiosity Gameplay with Rebel Weasel. When last we left our hero, we had finished searching a mine and had finally managed to come across the assassins of the Queen. The Ice Reach Coven and its allies are calling down devastating and unnatural harrowstorms, and Lyris and Fen are taking another look at the Ice Reach Witch's ritual site and those stone husks that we saw. I need to return to Solitude and let Princess Svana know that we killed the assassin who murdered her mother, the Queen. There she is.
Finally! Waiting in a tavern without a drink is maddening. How do other people do it? And Mog hasn't been helpful. His solution to every problem involves a great amount of alcohol. What news of the bastard who murdered my mother? Did you find him?
We tracked him down and we killed the Queen's assassin.
I would have preferred to see him dragged back here for a proper trial and execution. But at least justice has been served. Were you able to determine who was behind the murder? Was it connected to the threat you came to warn my father about?
Yes, it was. The assassin was a vampire who was working with the Ice Reach Coven.
Damn those Reach Witches! And damn my father for being so obstinate! But what does the Coven want? Are they planning to kill my father? What else can you tell me about this threat to our kingdom?
The Coven can summon devastating storms that wipe people's minds and turn them into monsters.
That's horrible. But there must be more to this than simply turning my people into monsters. Well, I'll do what I can to help you. Mother would have wanted me to. What you've done and discovered will be enough to convince my father. It has to be.
I hope so.
You and Lyris risked your lives for my kingdom and have been met with nothing but suspicion. You counted on my mother to be your advocate, to convince my father of the Coven's threat. Now she's gone. I'm no substitute, but I'll speak for you.
Will the High King listen to you?
My father hasn't heard a word I've said since I was old enough to talk. But with Mother gone, someone has to make him see reason. You know, she tried to teach me, but I never listened. I guess maybe I'm more like my father than I care to admit.
The Coven isn't acting alone. Someone called the Ashen Lord commands vampires and werewolves.
That makes it even more imperative that he heeds your warning and takes action. All of the holds are in danger. Hoffingar, Hjaalmarch, Karthald. My father needs to do something before another storm strikes. Meet me at the Blue Palace, all right?
I will meet you at the Blue Palace.
I just need a moment to think about how to approach this. Consider the words to use.
Oh, my courtly manners are a bit rusty and I've never been much for diplomacy and fancy speeches. Shore's bones, I could use a drink. Are you sure that you're up to talking to the High King?
I'm not sure of anything. If I don't do this, though, I'll never forgive myself if something terrible befalls the kingdom.
Just get the High King to hear us out, and we'll take care of the rest.
Right. Easy as honey-baked pie. It's not like you came here at the behest of his most hated rival or anything. Look, I'll do my best to get him to listen. You have my word on that.
Watching your mother die in front of you must have been devastating. Do you need some time?
It feels like I've been shattered into 1,000 pieces and swept under a rug. But I don't have time to mourn right now. Not with the kingdom in danger. Now, Let's go talk to my father before I change my mind.
Are you sure you're up to talking to the High King?
I'm not sure of anything. If I don't do this, though, I'll never forgive myself if something terrible befalls the kingdom.
Your mother would be proud of you, no matter what happens.
That's nice of you to say, but I'm not sure I believe that. I hope she's watching all this from Sovngarde. Bet she hates it there. Look, I'll do my best to get my father to listen to you. You have my word on that. Wish me luck, Mog.
Forget luck. I suggest a slug of Kindle Pitch whiskey. You'll need it to stand up to your father.
Okay. To the Blue Palace we go. There it is. Uh-oh.
Assassins tried to
What
kill the
is
High
it?
King. They murdered
I ran
the
into a
girl.
guard. Let's take a screenshot.
You would have me spread my forces across the realm to search for nightmares you dredged up from a bottle?
It's not!
Or should I say, the whispers of eastern vipers tickling your ears?
But Mother!
Enough! Then next you come before me to vomit up your counsel. Make sure it doesn't stink of treason.
I'm gonna gather that that didn't go very well.
Damn the man. He wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. Mother always knew how to talk to him. Me, not so much.
Tell me how your mother would have handled that.
Mother had a way with father, but she could be just as stubborn. If she wanted something done and he wouldn't oblige, she'd do it herself. Time to take her lessons to heart, I guess. If my father won't take a stand, then I suppose it's up to me.
What do you have in mind?
Our kingdom consists of 3 holds. Haafingar, Hjaalmarch, and Karthald. I need to warn them. The Jarls might listen, even if my father won't. I'm the daughter of the High King, after all. Time to start acting like one. Will you come with me?
I'll accompany you to see the Jarls.
We should visit Jarl Redharn of Hjaalmarch first. If we can convince him of the threat, at least his hold can take steps to protect itself. We'll find him in his hall in Morthal. I'll leave word for Lyris with Mog, so she'll know where to find us.
Have you and your father never gotten along?
I remember a time when we were all happy together. Him and Mother and I. Seems like a long time ago. At some point, he became more and more involved with the trappings of power. He was more interested in being the High King than my father.
But you got along with your mother?
I tried, but interaction with my father made it difficult. She wanted us to be a family. But the High King wanted a queen and a princess. Eventually, he stopped ordering me to attend royal functions. It was my one victory in our relationship.
Do you think you can get Jarl Redhorn to listen to us?
Honestly, I don't know. But Jarl Redharn tempers his warrior nature with a kindness not often seen in people of his stature. Besides, he's always had a soft spot for me ever since his daughter and I played together at moots and other gatherings.
Okay. We have to go to Morthal.
Assassins tried to kill the High King. They murdered Queen Gerhild.
Our poor king must be devastated. The princess, too. What a sad day. Well?
So we want to go to Morthal, which is right here. We don't have any way shrines that are close by. Closest way shrine is Dragon Bridge. I'm gonna hoof it and harvest on the way. Here we are, close to Morthal. We must talk with Jarl Redhorn.
Lucky Mog passed along your message. I would have hated to miss all this mud.
What is that terrible smell?
I can't seem to get ahead here.
I always forgive my deeds, but I remember their names.
Why does the Princess of Solitude grace my humble hall with her royal presence? Are you here on behalf of the High King?
I've come to warn you, Jarl Redharn.
Warn me? I already received orders from your father. What more is there to say?
Orders? Right. But you need to prepare the hold's defenses.
And what must we defend ourselves against this time? More urns and fetishes?
Please, Jarl Redharn, let my friend explain. The threat to our holds is worse than you can imagine.
You're not the subject of this realm, and that woman with you.
She's the giantess of the East. The High King warned us to beware of packed spies. If Princess Svana trusts you, however, you have my ear. Tell me about this threat.
The Ice Reach Coven can summon deadly magical storms. One storm already destroyed Kilcreek Temple.
We're not Daedra worshippers. Our blood's hot enough to boil a blizzard, and we've got more pressing concerns than some northern squall. We received Svargrim's orders, promptly ignored them, and immediately ran afoul of a gaggle of reachmen.
High King Svargrim sent orders?
The High King sent a royal decree, said to leave any strange objects or fetishes we spotted around the hold alone. They were dangerous, he said. Just so happens we found a few. I had my soldiers destroy them. That's when we encountered the reachmen.
Sounds like the Ice Reach Coven's ritual items. Tell me about the reachmen that you encountered.
The barbarians reacted poorly when we destroyed the strange witch sticks. We beat them back and chased them into the nearby barrow. But that was the last I heard from my soldiers. Since you dealt with this before, would you investigate the barrow?
I'll go to the barrow, and I'll find out what happened to your soldiers.
If I were a few years younger, and had more soldiers to spare, I'd march east to the Morthal barrow and deal with the sorceress nonsense myself. But I'm not, I don't, and I have other responsibilities. Take this key. It will get you into the barrow.
Tell me more about the witch sticks that you said you found and destroyed.
They were tall, ugly things, covered in strange runes, fetishes, and a poultice that smelled like rotting fungus. They had been set up around the town. My soldiers assumed they'd find one at the barrow, but instead they sent word of the reachmen.
Princess Svana has been trying to convince her father to take action against this threat.
Really? Last I heard, the princess was more interested in... No, I won't indulge in idle gossip. Svana carries herself well. Not with the grace of her mother, but she has the swagger of a warrior. I wish I could say the same about my daughter.
You have a daughter?
Had. She was taken from us 5 years ago. If I had pushed her harder, she might have had the strength to survive. Daughters are a father's greatest weakness. Enough troubles of the past. We have the present to concern ourselves with.
Okay, goodbye. I want to know more about his daughter, though.
Not much longer now.
We have to go to the Morthal Barrow. Thank you for joining me on Curiosity Gameplay with Rebel Weasel. If you could, please click that follow or subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. I'll see you next time.